Fantastic. I hope you're all doing well. As some of you know, I am on my lunch break, walking between my schools. So this works as a pretty good time for me to live stream. And I wanted to cover today devlog number 47. This released last week, but this is still very pertinent information, still very relevant information. Before I begin, anyone who is in the stream, if you could just chat and let me see if the chat is working, I'd greatly appreciate that. All right, so we're going to start with devlog number 47. So as those of you who have been playing are aware, they have, there we go. So we got some people chatting. Thank you. Good to see you, LDH. So for those of you that are aware, they pushed out Serenthia update. That was the most recent one. And that had so much content. So after that happened, the developers were away at trade shows. They won some awards, which was fantastic. And now they're working on just kind of tweaking some things that didn't quite work perfectly with Serenthia. And that's what they've been working on. This past week, they did 2 patches to that, fixing some bugs, fixing some glitches, all that kind of stuff. They are also adding language support. So these are all the languages that they are going to attempt to add to the game. Obviously, that's a big chunk of work for people to work on. They need people that speak these languages to collaborate and add. So if you speak any of these languages listed here, German, French, Spanish, I mean, you can read the whole list here. They are looking for people who are willing to help translate. And of course, this is a game that they want to get around the world, right? So if people can help us get it out with different languages, that would be greatly appreciated. They've recommended, I just want to make sure I get this right. I think they've recommended that you get in touch with them over Discord. Discord is the most active and probably best way to submit feedback and bug reports. So I'm going to guess that if you want to get involved with translation, that you would also message them on there. They also have a wiki article about translation. So that's probably the best place to go if you want to help out. Shampoo says that he's personally translated 70% of the coverage of Finnish, which is the language that they speak in Finland. So, because that's where he lives. Okay, so I want to talk now updates. So for those of you that have played lots of different games, gaming is not just about the progress you can make and the things you can do in the game. There's a friend in chat speaking Spanish. All right, so LDH will help him out. LDH speaks Spanish. Thank you, LDH. Games are not just about the progress you make in game. They're not just about the fun you have. It's also about how tedious or how usable the game is. And so they are doing several things in the game to increase the usability of it. So they've done really cool things like that, the step bank, so you can search the bank from far away. They've added a bunch of things to the game that make it more usable and playable. They added the feature that if your inventory fills up, you automatically stop doing actions so that you don't waste efficiency. They've added a bunch of things. So they're going to have a poll, and it's actually in this devblog. It's at the bottom of this section here. I'll show you where the link is. It's right here. It's a Google form. You just go there and you talk about how interested you are in each of these features. So I'm going to go through them now and discuss what they are and discuss how they might impact the game. So the first quality of life thing they're adding to the game is the Walkipedia. They want to fix glitches. They want to make it so that you can navigate it with multi-tabs. They want to do a bunch of things to make it more usable. Okay. The next quality of life that they want to do is +1 queuing. So right now in the game, if you want to do something, but it doesn't happen to be at the location where you are, you have to click on the map to travel there. And then once you've arrived, you then have to click on the activity you want to start. So +1 queuing would allow you to go onto the map, select the location you want to travel to, and then select an activity that you will automatically begin once you've arrived. So let's say I'm at the bank and I want to go mine. I can say, take me to Frostbite Mountain. And when I arrive, I want to start mining coal. This is great for a lot of reasons. Obviously, it's less to micromanage. But this is the kind of game where like, hey, it might be like 800 steps to get there. So it's like, okay, well, I'll put my phone in my pocket, go walk 800 steps. And then now that I'm here, I open my phone again, log into the game, and tell it to start mining. But with this, it will just go, which I think is fantastic. Next is crafting queue and crafting overhaul. It says that you can queue up multiple crafting recipes to work on after each other. So I guess, like, let's say you have some bars and you have some planks and you're making some pickaxes. I guess you could say, hey, I want you to make a bunch of pickaxes. Then after you've made pickaxes, I want you to stop and I want you to make hatchets. So I guess that's kind of the goodness that you would get from the crafting overhaul. And if I missed exactly the idea behind it, devs, please let me know, or anything like that, that's fine. And then banking inventory overhaul. Adding customized tabs and features to organize your bank, and the ability to sort and drag items around your inventory. So this made me think of RuneScape. You can, move, I think you can move items around your bank in RuneScape. But what you could definitely do is you can withdraw and add and kind of organize things, which I think is really great. I would love to have a tab just for mining. I would love to have a tab just for adventure. I think that would be a really great way to organize things. And then the next thing they're adding is gear sets, even more useful for themed activities. So hey, here's my mining gear set. Because right now, when I'm smithing and then I want to go back to mining, got to run to the bank. I've got to sort through the bank, grab all my best in slot for mining, and then I got to take off my smithing gear, put on my mining gear. It's just a lot of hassle. It would be really great to run to the bank and just say, grab my mining gear set, put it on, done, dump the rest. That would be really cool. All right, so the next one would be tracking and favoriting content. I'm gonna read this, because this is actually something that's new to me. I haven't heard them mention this. You can, for instance, choose an achievement, skill level, leaderboard, or crafting recipe to track for your character. You'll be able to see your progress towards the chosen trackable thing and with ease on the main view of the game. You can also choose certain location items and favorites to browse your list of favorites. Okay, when I visualize that, that's actually pretty cool. So let's say, for example, I'm doing mining and I'm trying to level up in mining. It would be pretty cool if, every time I go to the home screen, I have something dedicated that tells me how I'm doing on those goals. I think that's a pretty fantastic idea. Notifications. You can opt in to receive customizable notifications because when certain things happen in the game, such as when your inventory is full, when step bank is full, when you've arrived at your destination, and more. That's cool. So basically, like, I fill up on ore and I get a ping. Or I haven't been doing something for a while and my step bank fills up and I get a ping. It's not like totally game changing, but with the conjunction with other like quality of lives, it's gonna be pretty nice. So basically, here's the link. They want you to click on it and they want you to rank all of these quality of life improvements. They want you to rank them from basically 1 to 5, how much they're a priority to you. And then basically that's the end of the devblog. So what I really like about the game right now, will you disclose your vote here? Well, okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna click on the form. I've already done it, so I don't know if it'll let me open it again. We'll see. Yeah, it does let me, so I've already done it, so I won't do it again. But I will look at the form. So Wikipedia, I won't say my personal choice in all these things because I want other people's decisions to be not influenced by anything I say. But for Wikipedia, you can say from 1 to 5 how important it is to you. Travel and queuing, how important it is to you. Crafting and overhaul, how important it is to you. Banking, gear sets, tracking favorite activities, notifications. Yeah. So basically, you can say how important it is to you. And I like it because I think there are things on this list that are better than others. There are things on this list, in my opinion, that are way more exciting than others. And so I like that it's a poll, so that if it's true that there are clearly better ones to start with, I like that people will have a chance to tell the devs that. And here's the fun thing about live streaming. You like walk down the road, and then there's like some service band cleaning with power washing. Now I have to cross to the other side of the road to not be overpowered by the sound of his motor. Not fun. So, what I really like about this point in the development cycle is we got Shampoo, our lead developer. We got Flower Sifter, who's developing stuff. And he's working with Max Chill. Max Chill's our artist, who does a fantastic job. And they're working on content. Then we've got my Zozaz, who's another developer, the most recently hired developer. And what's great about his work is he's working specifically on multiplayer features. And there's the power washers, isn't that helpful? Working on multiplayer features. So he's working on trading. He's also going to be working on combat. So we have kind of like these different strands of the game that are all being worked on simultaneously, which is really great, because originally when we got the first updates, it kind of felt like everyone was working on stuff together. I guess Shampoo was busy with pedometer stuff, and then Flower Sifter and Max Chill were working on art and content. So it's great to have all these people working on stuff. All right, so that's the most recent devblog. It's not the longest one in the world, but it kind of gives us an idea of what's coming. Is there anything, for anyone who's in chat right now, is there anything from this list, out of these quality of life features, is there anything that stands out to you as maybe the most exciting to you? So, between Wikipedia, travel, crafting, queuing, banking, gear sets, tracking and favorite, notifications, all that stuff, which of these things would you say are most interesting to you, or that you're most looking forward to? I will say which one I'm most looking forward to. I won't give you my ranking for each one, but I would say the one that I'm most looking forward to is probably queuing. For me, how I'm going to use queuing is I always, so I'll say really quick for LDH, he says queuing, but the notifs, let's see if I can pull it up again. The chat disappears so fast. So I think LDH said queuing for sure, this is number one choice, but the notifications will be great as well. I have to say I agree with that. What I plan to do is, like, I'm doing a lot of mining now, trying to save up ore for when smithing you can make weapons out of fargonite. And so I'm just mining coal and all that kind of stuff. I'll be mining fargonite ore too, some more. And so now when I'm done mining a load, I can use my ring. Here, let's actually pull it up. Let's go here. Let's go here. Actually, one second. I'm gonna pull up the game really quick. All right, I'm gonna pull up the game and actually show what I mean by the ring and what it will do for me. So, in my inventory right now, I am at 24 of 33 inventory stacks. All right, so once that's full, I will go here. I won't do it now, but I will use my ring of homesickness, which is this guy right here. I might as well show it to you in my inventory so you can actually see it. So this ring basically teleports you back to Kalaheim, and it's an early reward for achievements, so it's really easy to get. You should get it pretty quick. It can be used every 24 hours, and then it teleports you back to Kalaheim. So I use that ring. So you use it under abilities here. I know it's a little hard to see with this setup here, but use it under abilities, and then I would hold the cast, which I'm not gonna fully do, okay? Then it would take me back to Kalahime. Then once I'm at Kalahime, deposit all my coal, all the stuff that I need to do, and then I would automatically travel back to Frostbite Mountain here. Well, not automatically, I still have to step for it. But it would travel to Frostbite and it would start mining right away. Because what I have to do now is I have to ring back. Let's see, if there's something in this poll that isn't already listed. Yeah, it's a great question, LDH. Is there anything else that you guys would love to see as far as quality of life that you don't see listed here? That's a great question. Yeah, so I think +1 queuing will be great. I can quickly go back and start my day instead of having to like log back in and make sure I start that activity. Yep. Oop. Let me get back into the game. There you go. Yeah. So for anyone that didn't notice, I actually did something in the game recently that I'm very excited about. I finally got my Cape of the Trailblazer. So my Cape of the Trailblazer took me 1.5 million steps of doing rescue missions. I just finished that the other day. It's got some crafting outcomes, some work efficiency while traveling, some fine material finding, inventory space, collectibles. The thing that, oh, and it also takes steps off while traveling, and you have a 2% chance to find Adventurers Guild tokens off a full load of coal, which is about 700 coal. I've been getting somewhere between 16 to 24 tokens off a load, which is really good. So it makes me kind of wonder if, and I think this is the case, it makes me kind of wonder this 2% chance to find Adventurers Guild tokens. It kind of makes me wonder if it's part of it's based off your double action and your double action and double reward, because I have 10% double action and 70% double reward, and those compound, right? Because double action is basically like you have a 10% chance to do an action twice, full XP, full rewards, full everything. Double reward is on top of that bonus, you have a 17% to get double rewards from that. So I have a feeling, and someone can correct me from the dev team, I have a feeling that those stats are triggering, I know double action would be, of course, but I think even the double rewards are potentially triggering the Adventure Guild tokens. And so maybe someone will tell me after if that's true or not. But that's the only way I can really figure out why I'd be getting sometimes over 13 or from like 16 plus Adventurers Guild tokens from 700 coal. Because it's only supposed to be 200%, or sorry, 2%. So like, let's say we take 700 coal and we times it by 0.02, some kind of bonus to those tokens from my double action, double reward. So yeah, so I'm mining away here and get into the actual work I'm doing here. I'm mining my coal, and I'm still working hard to get more fine material, because when smithing drops, I want to make lots of eternal stuff. So anyways, I guess that's about it for today. Just wanted to cover the devblog. I will be trying to cover devlogs in a more timely manner. LDH and I have been talking, and we've been talking about how it probably makes more sense to do devlogs in this format. We're busy, we have kids at home, and so sometimes it's hard to coordinate a time where we can both be online to do devlogs, to record together. And so we've both been talking, we thought it might make more sense to do it this way, so I can try and get the information out quicker. And as you can see, LDH is still here with me on stream, we're working together, we're good teammates on this channel. And so yeah, so this is the kind of format you can expect going forward for devlogs. And I will try to have it within a couple days of the devlog coming out. So anyways, cheers guys. Hope you have a good day. I'm moving into the next half of my day.